the more benefits it gives than the UiPath. So just thought I can
Okay.
explain it. This session.
Okay, fine, Ranjit. Okay, so fine. See, actually, like, the difference wise, what I can say is, so actually currently in the market, there are 5 or 6 products which is actually like in demand. Okay, so you can see Blue Prism. Okay, so that is actually I think the most used as of now. Then we have Automation Anywhere. So that is also like it's a good product which is actually like used in many places. So for that too, actually like they don't provide the software that easily, and like little bit they want to get some hold of their own for that too. Okay, and then UiPath learning wise, actually like you can say they have um, provided actually like you can learn it quickly. They have their own academy and everything they have given. Once you get the software, you can able to learn that. And then WorkFusion, there is Nice, uh, other another automation tools in the market. Okay, so what actually like the difference is between the different products. Okay, so all like the see actually like the it's actually all about the tool, right? Actually, like if you say you want to do something on the notepad, right? You want to take a note. So either you can use a Word, you can create a notepad, you can go for Notepad plus plus, you can TextPad. So anything is like they have their own features within them, right? So similarly, like what I can say is actually like they're in the different products, the way actually like they want to do, right? Actually, like if you say I want to automate a web application, I want to automate any Windows application or a Java application, or I want to do well here like your mainframe, Unix, like your Putty, VNSCP, anything actually like apart from that, actually like your day-to-day activity, right? So each has their like their thing is like we call as adapters. So most of the thing actually they provide the adapter. So what you need to do in actually like the concept is almost same in every like the product. So what you need to do is actually like you have separate application, okay, like which is your actual application which is running. Okay, so you need a proxy of it, right? So first, anything actually like whatever the objects you are using, like any button or a text box or a label which is available in your HTML pages or your Windows application, right? So you need to get it what are the different things from that, right? Actually like to create a proxy in your automation tool. Okay, so once you get that, okay, whatever the things proxy things you want to get it, you get that first in the automation. Once you have that, you can able to control it. So there is events, right? So anything you do actually like you can say your human action or actually any schedule activity, whatever the things you can say as an event which can trigger another activity to do that. So automation is all about that. So whatever the human activity we do, right? Actually like if you say you we log in, we have a document of the customer, we see the document and we try to update the information from the Word document or a PDF, we update that into application. Okay, one by one, actually we do that. So similarly, like so in the automation, what we can do in that, like in that scenario, we can read the document, we can go to that place and automatically that will read, it will log in into that application, pick that information and paste it in that scenario. Okay, so now you have the control of both of them. So you can write the event, right? So as soon as I we used to do first check if the document is exist or not. If that document is exist in the folder, read the document, take that one and paste it into your application and then save them one. So there will be like you need to click a button and then everything is all about that is event. Okay, so automation is actually like this thing. So first create a proxy, then execute whatever the human action you are doing. Okay, you are actually like same thing, copy paste or button click or open a new web browser, search for something, whatever you do actually like in that the process. Okay, so that process can be automated. So that process has like a different feature. So each tool has different features to do that automation. Okay, so some provide like a recording feature. Okay, so that's actually like you can record it and that can be converted into automation directly. Okay, so Pega has that also feature, like automate, you can do like recording of the human process and that can be recorded as well. Okay, and that is actually like the first time actually, like if you don't know how to start with automation, we can go with the recording feature of the tool. Okay, so overall, see in the automation, so I'm not actually like going on detail like what is RPA, what is RDA, and like I'm sure that actually you may be aware of all that. So I'm not, because you are already experienced on this. So mainly I'm going to discuss on the course which we are going to cover up in this. Oh, okay. So give me 1 minute. Okay, so normally like your robotics, so robotics is mainly is developed in the .NET platform. Okay, so C Sharp or your .NET platform is the source, the background of the robotic studio. Okay, so there are same thing like in your Pega, right? So in Pega already also what we do actually, like sometimes if the feature is not available, we do and write that into the Java. Okay, so similarly like in robotics as well, like whatever the things which is available, that can be done directly, like you have the toolbox, you can add that component and you can able to do that. If you don't have that component, you need to write that functionality using the scripting. So that scripting is mainly done by your .NET components. Okay, so this is a clip you can see. We have and they have their own help and everything. We can discuss about that later. So just so this is like so when the version you will see this one, it will come like this 8.0.807. So you can see this they gave multiple version of patches of this one. So current version is 1089 now on that. Okay, so we are going to use this 8017 or maybe 8089 as well, so that we can check it out. Okay, so about the course. Okay, so actually like so here what we like mainly we're going to focus on the practical point of view, because in automation actually how you are going to do the automation, right? So actually like you need to understand the basic concept actually, like the which I told, right? Okay, like create an proxy based on the event, create an automation, and then combine both of them. Okay, so there can be multiple things can be there. So one user actually like you have to handle multiple client as well. Actually, like if you say going for uh, multiple things, so you have multiple interaction at the same time. So how you're going to do the interaction management? Okay, so that is like very much understand to be understand. So here actually I've given actually like the main things on that. So Windows. Okay, so what do you mean by Windows application? So if you see like your Word document or any Windows application, like which is actually like you have which is created in this, you have created like your calculator or your um, any Windows application. So you can say any one of them actually like which is you can say which is coming mainly treated as your Windows application. Okay, then your web adapter, so that is cover actually Java application as well, like any Java application like WinSCP, Putty, or any way actually like if you say we can cover part of the Windows adapter. Okay, web adapter, so web adapter is mainly like your web pages. So whatever the things actually like nowadays actually like everything is about the web. So how you are going to integrate with your HTML tag. So you can say like you have a class ID within your HTML. So how you are going to automate your HTML pages. So you have a form, you have search feature, you can look for many information in the website itself now. So you want actually like you have your legacy application, you want some information from your some web page. Okay, so for that actually like sometime we create some web services. So if you don't want web services, so we can able to do that activity from RPA. Okay, so that is like going to cover web adapter. And here is one clause is there. So normally OpenSpan is works only with the Internet Explorer. Okay, and that is I think the version I think 9 or 10, which is the last I think 11. Okay, that is the latest version of the Internet Explorer. So that is getting supported. Okay, all the Internet Explorer version is supported. It's actually doesn't support with the same adapter your Firefox and the Chrome. Okay, because normally what was happening actually like when they are developing this tool. Okay, so Internet Explorer doesn't have the tab on that time, like if you say Windows 7 or Internet Explorer 7 on that, so they have just actually like single window at a time. You cannot open multiple things and in a single browser. Okay, so in that concept actually they have the problem. So once actually like I think in long back this actually like so they have this one. So for Chrome and Firefox, okay, they have a separate adapter. Okay, universal web adapter. So how we are going to use the Firefox or Chrome, if we are going to use the browser as the browser, in that we have to use the separate adapter. So we'll see how that's going to be used in that. Okay, next is the text adapter. So normally in the text adapter is about the your mainframe or your AS400 or your Unix, okay, or your command prompt, Microsoft command prompt. So there actually like we don't have GUI, right? So we don't have any buttons or labels or anything. It's actually text. You need to type a command, it will execute, right? So how you're going to automate that type of the things? Okay, so putty or any other things on that. So you need to go for text adapter in that scenario. So how you are going to do that, we will see that in as part of the text adapter. Okay, in the Microsoft Office component, we have like your Outlook, Word, Excel. Okay, so how we are going to do that from automate that component. So if you say like in your Outlook, and as soon as a new mail came, how you are going to do the activity on that. So that is actually like we can integrate with the Microsoft Office component. Okay, web service. So in the web service, so you're see actually like normally integration of the web service is you can do actually with anything one that. So here also it's actually similarly you can able to connect any SOAP service, REST service, and you can able to process the output in that. Okay, next actually like your Pega. Okay, so how you're going to integrate with Pega? So in Pega we have the two different things, RPA and RDA. Okay, yeah, so what is the basic difference between the RPA and RDA? Any idea? Actually, like, have you heard about before?
No, Mukesh. RPA
Okay,
heard, but RDA heard.
yeah, so normally this is like remote process automation and remote desktop automation. Okay, so RPA normally we referred as the task, like in robotics term, we refer them as actually like the task which can be 100% automated, no manual intervention which is possible on that. So completely like automated, it will be done by a machine where that like you have a runtime installed, and that is going to be take care for everything, no manual interaction, only like you can set up some monitoring on that, you can check it out from that. Okay, so that is like the complete process is automated. Okay, and RDA is like you cannot automate the complete end-to-end process automatically, like complete automated. So in that actually some of the tasks which is can be automated. So if you say like reading a PDF and copying, like you have 15 fields in that, so every time you got a PDF, you copy 15 fields, you update that into application, right? So that will may take around 15, 30 or half an hour in that, or that can be error prone as well. But so in RDA, what we can do is actually we can provide an operator. So that will be like for each user, we need to install in their desktop. So whatever the small things actually like which operator does, like your back office team or the other people who works actually like in the support, they can go for small automation on that. Okay, so that whatever that they use, the activity which they refer every day, like in large volume, can be uh, efficient or can be like performance can be increased by RDA. So that is actually like RPA completely automated, RDA is actually like partial automated, which can be installed in each desktop separately. RPA, it will be like completely separate server where it's like completely automated. There is no manual intervention. It will be like come, done, it's process complete. So there is nothing you need to do on that. Okay. Yeah. So and then we need to understand about the debugging, because it's actually like programming things is there. So how you are going to debug, what are the different debugging features which is actually available for robotics. Okay. And then how you're going to do the error handling. So there are multiple ways we are going to do understand about the exception handling. Okay. And then we're going to learn about the components, which is what is actually like the automation actually like, so this is like all the things which is actually application wise. So now actually how you're going to create your own automations. Okay, what are the different events, how you're going to execute the events, how you're going to manage the interaction. Okay, and so that will be like there are what is the different toolbox which is available, how we are going to use the different toolbox. Okay, there is a global container, what is actually like the scope, how you're going to decide the scope, and everything will be part of here. We'll discuss it out. So scripting, which I told, so scripting is actually like if that some feature is not provided in the component and you want to achieve that feature, for that you need to write the C# code. Okay, so that is there. And one more thing actually like is also is there. So some features actually like you say the DLL file. Okay, so actually like if you say you want to integrate one component, right, and it was developed by someone else and you want to include that feature. Okay, so Pega provide that feature as well, like referencing. Like normally like in Pega you have the jar files, right? So you want to achieve some feature, you can import the jar files, and it will that feature you can able to use by using that classes. So same thing here, like some extra features actually which is created by third party or any other tool, if you want to integrate, you can include their DLL files as well, and you can able to work on that. So we'll see that out as well, like in what way we can include some the new features which is actually not given in the RPA as well. Okay, and finally like your deployment, once like everything is done, and how you're going to do the deployment part of it. So in the deployment there are multiple things, like you are going to deploy in a server or you are going to deploy that in a desktop. Okay, so there are different ways it's like in that scenario, if it is in for RPA or it's for a RDA. So depend on that, deployment will be matters on that. So that's actually like overall we are going to cover on the training. Okay, and the below actually like it will be given on the more detail about in that. So overall this will take around 30 hours for the complete course. Okay.
So I see that even you have an advanced topics as well, right? So which consists of advanced topic in Pega Robotics?
See, actually in this it's like the scripting. Okay, scripting is the advanced component, Pega RPA RD is the advanced component, web service is the advanced component. So that is actually like I included both of them in this one.
Okay.
Yeah, universal adapter is also the advanced concept. Actually, like this is not covered as the normal this one. So how you're going to work with Chrome or Firefox is actually part of the universal adapter.
Okay. So what are the prerequisites required for this? Do we require VB scripting, or do we require .NET, or do C#?
Yeah, see, normally it's good to have .NET experience because so this portal which you see, right,
Mhm.
it's completely like .NET platform. So if you see like how the solution explorer properties, actually like this one, na? So I'll explain this one, but if you have prior experience on .NET, right, then it will be good to have, but you don't need what I can say, uh, any .NET, like you don't need to do anything actually, like the feature which is not available, then you need to go for .NET things. But to
Okay.
learn the basic concept and like whatever the advanced thing which is to integrate and another thing, you don't need to do anything to understand OpenSpan or Pega Robotics. Okay, so the main thing you need to understand is the process which you are going to automate, what you are going to do, what like process you want to automate. You should have like, okay, if you click this, what is going to happen? If you click this, what is going to happen? So what are the information you want to capture, right? So that thing is the most important to understand in the Pega Robotics, because in the when you're going to do any practical on this, you don't need any other language to learn. If you have, only thing that I told, if you have prior experience on the .NET platform, okay, that is sufficient.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's like completely, it's actually like if you say I'll show you, this is actually like you're seeking Robotics Studio, right? So if you say I go for Visual Studio, it will be completely same. Yeah, so you can see the same thing. It's like it's a like you same Server Explorer toolbox. Okay, so what actually like they have, so this is the same platform. On the top of that, they have the robotics on that. So you can see in this is the main thing here, like your toolbox. It so I need to add project and then we can able to see that out, the toolbox. Currently like it's not visible. So the same what they did is actually like in the debug they have added same like whatever the Visual Studio they enhanced to the Pega Robotics Studio.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like you can see the look and feel and everything. It's like the debugging feature. Debugging is completely same. Like if you have prior experience in .NET, so it's completely same way of debugging. You can set the breakpoint and like that. It's all the windows that thing are almost same. Solution Explorer, Server Explorer. So these are almost same as the .NET. So anyone actually who's the prior experience on the .NET side, it will be easy to understand for them.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, hi Mukesh. So how it this Pega RPA is different from this already available RPA tools in the market?
See, actually, that I told. Actually, see, all the products are doing the same, right? Only thing is the like the how they are doing it and which feature is available in which one. So normally, the thing is that Pega Robotics is the bigger picture, right? Actually, like if you say UiPath, Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, currently they are very small. Okay, actually, like they are actually like if you can see employee wise, they are not more than 500. All are actually like
Yeah.
small companies like that. Okay, but Pega has actually like already a market presence. Okay, once they acquired the OpenSpan, they renamed is I think they have acquired in April 2016. Like so now it's going to be 2 years they've acquired OpenSpan. Okay, so the main thing is that like they have the already their own product is actually like globally used by Fortune 500 company. Okay,
Yes.
so they can actually play, and now I think what they are also doing to increase the presence of OpenSpan, they are giving this as free of cost with the license of Pega itself.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever any new customer is coming with the Pega 7.3 onwards, it will be given as an additional. So same thing, I think Pega did it with the decision management. When they introduced the 7.2, Pega 7.2, they introduced the DSM component within the same cost to increase the benefit to the customer. So now in 7.3 onwards, if you're going to purchase a Pega, so they will going to get the Pega Robotics as well as the separate component with them. So that will increase the more presence of Pega Robotics across the world. Okay, so that's the first thing actually, on the company side. Okay, the feature wise, which I told. So I think Blue Prism and Automation Anywhere, okay, they don't provide RDA. Okay, actually, I'm not sure about the latest version, but actually previously, they don't provide, they have only the RPA part. Okay, UiPath also recently they increase, it was RPA only. I think in the recent version they included the RDA as well in that.
Okay.
Okay, so but in this actually you have the both of the version. Okay, and the third thing is that what vendor is looking for, right? Actually vendor wise, actually if you say if who wants to implement the feature wise, so OpenSpan has this advantage actually because they are actually part of the already a big company which is already renowned. Okay, and already they are including that as a component to be used by the Pega itself. So they are as the sold and the Pega component itself. Okay. Third is about the RDA. They claim that it's like RDA is there. And one more good thing about Pega is actually like the trend, how the market is going to be changed. Okay, because see, actually whatever the things you are going to come enhance, right? So if you say you are enhancing Microsoft Word, okay, so 2013, okay, now if you say 2017 come up, how you're going to cope up? It's like if you say Windows 10 and Windows 8, Windows 7, it's completely different, right? Actually, like if you say the look and feel, how the applications are structured, you will find a lot of difference in that. So if any automation product which we are going to use, right? Actually, if any new version is coming up of any product which is like you want to automate, right? So that should be compatible with that. If it is not compatible, then you cannot either upgrade to the new version of the product which you are going to upgrade, like automate. So what I can say is like Pega is very good in that front. Actually, like if you say you want to be the future ready on that, so any new version which is coming in the market for any component which you want to integrate, we should be the company which is like the product which we are going to use, that should be compatible with the next version as well. So they should give the some higher version of the component so that the new version of any component can be compatible with it. So if you have a small company, that's still like, because it is a challenge for them to keep on updating their own product. Okay, so in that point of view, actually Pega is very good in adapting the current trend, and they actually very much focus on the digital technologies as well. So I can say that in future, like OpenSpan in the automation sector will be like, it will be leader. It's not a leader as of now, but it will be the top-notch product in the near future.
Okay, so what are companies using on robotics, like in Pega robotics?
Yeah, actually, if we say that actually, I'll show you out. Actually, if you can. Normally, see, actually, Pega was it was OpenSpan. Okay, OpenSpan was bought by Pega, and they named OpenSpan to Pega Robotics. Okay. So normally you can see.
Hi, how's it going? This is Benaya. I just had a quick question. So,
Oh yeah.
um, so you mentioned that Pega Robotics or Pega had actually bought OpenSpan, so there's actually called Pega Robotics Studio. So Blue
Mm-hmm.
Prism still does Pega Robotics, but they didn't actually buy Blue Prism. So that means it's still called Blue Prism, but you can still do Pega Robotics on it. Is that correct? Or did they acquire Blue Prism also?
No, they did not acquire the Blue Prism.
Okay, but you can still do Pega Robotics on Blue Prism,
Yeah.
IDE, right? Okay.
Right. Actually, yes. Actually, that's true. Actually, all actually you can see Automation Anywhere also actually based on the .NET platform. Only like
Oh,
UiPath. Yeah, UiPath is in different platform. UiPath look and feel is a little bit different. I think I have the UiPath. If you can, yeah.
okay. So Blue Prism still uses .NET.
.NET.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay. Okay.
Oops. Yeah. So I know it's like there are a lot of customers. So just want to show you out from here itself. Actually, because actually currently they don't provide the list of the customer, which is yeah. So I can see this. I know like this is used in multiple banks. Like you can say like ANZ is using now. ANZ is like your the big bank of Australia. So they are using OpenSpan. Okay, and you can see it out. Okay, customer wise, actually, I'm not able to see that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Just
fine.
normally want to ask. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just a minute. I'll just see it out if we can. Yeah, it will be here. Pega.com. It will show it more better. Yeah. Any more questions? If you like, I can search in that. Actually, I can answer in the meantime as well. Any more queries or anything?
I think I'm fine.
There is one more product they have actually, because we are not going to cover that actually. This is called as workflow intelligence. Okay, so this is actually part of robotics as well. So normally what actually problem people face when we want to automate, right? Which process they want to automate, right? What is the benefit they were going to get if they automate that process? How they are going to decide it? So if you say like you have like your a process is there, like a user is coming and he's logging, actually he's taking the customer issue, and after that actually like he say like he ask for a address change. Okay, and if in a bank you have insurance, you have investment banking, you have loans, you have mortgage, you have multiple applications for that. So if a customer is like your central application, okay, if you want to change the address of in one place, you want to update the same information in 10 different applications. Okay, so that is actually like you can say one is actually good example for an RDA. So if you say like you take the information once and copy that into 10 different application by logging into them by automated way. Okay, if you say another thing, so if you say like you are ad hoc basis, you are getting a document in some specific scenario, you need to go for some exceptional approval. So if you're going to automate that, you're not going to get any benefit out of it. So if you say that is an ad hoc one, and it will not going to use in multiple time, right? So how you're going to do that? So that is actually like they have one more product, workflow intelligence. So in this product, what it actually does is it uh, it track the interact, like whatever the user is doing, okay, it track it, like which application, what activity he is doing. So it will track that in your application. It need to be installed in the desktop, so you can able to track it, which activity is done by the user. Okay. Also, so same activity which is actually in volume and is done by repetitively is a good process which can be automated. So that is going to be helped by the workflow intelligence. Yeah, actually it's as of now, it's like they have not showing the customers by robotics as of now. Yeah. Anything else? Any questions? Anyone? Yeah. So actually, like we have Daya and Benaya join. So can I have some introductions about you, please?
Hi, sure. This is Benaya, like I said earlier. So I work with Vamsi actually in Anthem on the SPS Payment project. I've been doing Pega for around around 2.5 years.
Okay.
I'm CSSA certified, and I have banking experience with Wells Fargo and Bank of America as well.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Benaya.
No problem.
Basically a Java developer. I recently got into Pega. And
Okay.
I work with both Vamsi and Benaya as well. Anthem.
Okay. Thanks, Daya. Yeah. Anyone? Any
So
questions?
I
which
do
is
have one question. I have one question.
Yes,
Like,
please, Daya.
at the end of the course, like we would be ready to work in a live project where they're doing like Pega robotics. What's like the next step out of the course?
Yeah, right. So see, actually, at the end of the course, you will going to understand how you are going to automate any Windows application, how you are going to integrate any Java application, web pages, okay, and Office components, text adapter, like your mainframe systems. You have anything, or like mainframe, I cannot show you practically because I don't have any account on that, but I'll show you command prompt and the Unix on that. It's like how we can going to automate in that. Okay. And then we say about the like the components, whatever the components actually, like in detail about the interaction framework, how you're going to in the debugging. So normally, like at end of the course, you will be actually got actually like a end to end, like we can say we're going to use a practical scenario, so you will understand that as well, like and yeah, Pega integration as well. So if you say you have two different thing in the Pega, actually they recently introduced new features. Actually you can do the sum of the activity directly using the robot activities. Okay, so how you're going to integrate with Pega on the both RDA and RPA form, and the other feature like your deployment, debugging, exception handling will be also covered in that. So end of the day, yeah, end of your like course, like you can go for your certification. So most of the time, it's like, you see, automation is required, like more practicals, right? You need to understand how the things are like, so there are many things will be in pieces. So how that all will be combined and will be going to create as a product from that. Okay.
Are we like going to do like multiple projects, kind of like how are you? Like,
yeah, see, within that we're going to create multiple things, but to relate everything, okay, I can do that. Actually, like web service, I can combine. I can combine the your PDF components. We can web component with the Pega web component. Yeah, that actually, yeah, within this actually like you can have multiple things combined in the same place. The some of the things actually which is actually like completely different from each one, like say mainframe or like your text adapter, which will be like completely done, you need to do it separately, which we because when we do robotics, right, so within the same project might be we will not able to accommodate all the features in one. It might require some other project to be created or some other thing completely like which is not relevant to the main project. So that need to be done in a separate way, or we can understand that. So if you say just you want the file operation, right, actually you want to read a file, you want to get the data and update that, so that need to be done as a separate project, which will be not related to the main project.
Okay, sounds good.
Anyone, any more questions, anything they want to ask? No, all are good. Okay, so we'll stop the sessions for this now, and then we'll start the session as actually like the confirm. Then we can. So actually, like we'll start the session on actually like on daily basis. Actually, like it's 5 days a course, like Monday to Friday. So we'll start in the June 1st week. Okay, because I have to do something, so I have to little. Okay. And the rest of the detail you can check with Ashok on that.